I was born and raised in Siberia. It's capital of Gulag, capital of concentration camp. The coldest weather was minus 53 Celsius. When I grew up, there was no any Jewish community. We had Jewish cemetery. In Moscow, of course, it was anti-Semitism. My daughters experienced it even in kindergarten.
And I had a teacher there who would introduce some of the kids, and she would say, you know, this is Masha, and this is Ivan, and so, and then she would point to me and say, and that's the Jewish kid.
As a result, I decided to give my children free life.
I think the number one thing for both of my parents was that they wanted us to learn about being Jewish.
And at that time, I had no ability to pay.
We really had nothing. So our parents were working around the clock to feed us.
There's a warmth about this place, and I say sincerity, and people really care.
It starts from Rabbi Schneier and his warmth.
Rabbi Schneier accepted both of my children, and I am extremely grateful.
It was frightening for us because we didn't speak a word of English.
My daughter learned V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha to treat other people and her friends the way she wants to be treated.
The teachers are over the top.
When you have a staff that loves children and they're passionate about what they do, it shows.
And I remember our very first day at school, everyone welcomed us so warmly. To be so frightened and then be welcomed that way, you feel like, all right, this is gonna be okay.
I was hoping for a place for my daughter to feel like she's home.
And everybody's so close, you know, it's a small school, but everybody know each other.
The average class
Is around 14.
They build connections across their ages, and that also adds to the warmth.
You feel like your kids are just in the best hands every day.
What we have is a grades facility. So the children in early childhood get to benefit from an art center, from a gymnasium, from a full library, from a computer lab.
She shows me her drawing, and it is a food pyramid. They are learning nutrition, and she's like, Mom, I put the candy on top because we're only allowed to have a tiny bit of candy, but the water's on the bottom because we have so much water. In the threes, I think that's amazing.
I think the athletics and the arts and the drama is superb. Both the religious and secular education is second to none, and I mean that here or anywhere.
We have an engineering program which is totally hands-on.
The point of this is to try to construct a bridge out of pasta, which is not necessarily a very strong material. Just different structures will support the most weight and distribute the stress equally.
And the success they've had statewide in science and math speaks to what they instill in the kids and the places that these children go to after.
My teacher, she pushes me really hard, and she makes sure that I can do anything.
I work at NBC News in the live broadcast shows.
NBC News in Washington. Meet the press.
It's competitive. You don't just get there by hanging out. You have to work at it, but you also have to really come at it with a discipline and a belief in your own capabilities. And I think that is something that I was really given at Park East.
My mother said to me, you need to find friends. It's not just about your children. You need to find lifelong friends in New York City if you're going to settle there.
They want the parent to connect with each other.
Whenever there's events here, we all flock to it because everyone has a great time.
My husband and I have made friends, and we all truly enjoy being here.
I've made fantastic friends here. You feel like family here.
I want this La Daughter for Daughter to go on generation to generation, and I'm very happy to have my granddaughter as part of this continuation.
I think it's very, very important for Jewish kids to have a Jewish education, understand our background, understand where we're coming from, then we know where we're going to.
The fact that Park East was such a family was wonderful because our parents couldn't be there every single moment.
I understood that God and friends brought my children to right hands.
Every day is a treat here.
It's a place where everybody knows your name.
You come, you feel like home.
More than anything, my children are very, very happy, and so are we.
Of course, I could picture myself sending my kids to Park East. It's like an absolute dream come true.
Is the greatest return on investment for the most precious commodity in your life.